Into the air right away is Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Heck of a start. A 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
This guy's proven himself to be one of the best in the NFL. He brings an added dimension to their offense with his ability to read defenses and know when he's able to pull it down and take off and go.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Allen. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. 15 more yards there, and quickly another first down.
I know some guys that love to start the year off with a deep shot downfield, trying to begin things with a home run ball. That might be the more exciting option, but I think that this was the smarter play.
This one out quickly to Watkins. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That was a lightning-fast decision that time. He just caught it and got rid of it.
Because he saw his guy was going to be open immediately. So he took the R, the run, out of the play. He took the O, the option, out of the play, and immediately got to the pass.
Second and a couple. Now Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It'll be a loss of only a couple on the sack, but now it'll bring up 3rd down. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Hard throw, incomplete. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
When they were trying to tell us, is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
For the field goal, a 45-yard attempt.
Gonzalez's kick is good. Well, all offseason, probably a lot of thought goes into that first drive of week 1. They didn't get the touchdown, but at least they got something.
And what I like about it is that they didn't overthink it, because you're exactly right. A lot goes into the offseason, the preseason, to get to that first drive of the regular season. They went right downfield, mission accomplished, points on the board.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25. Looking to put a drive together. Off the play fake, Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Able to make something out of nothing there. 17 yards and a first down.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10.
Come on, 70 range, 70, pass all 80. Go.
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Here's 2nd and 10.
60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat. Get it? 60 Maverick, 60 Bison, 60 Bison. Ready?
To the air goes Daniels. They'll check this one down to Hampton. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
To throw is Daniels. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked up by Harrison Smith. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Working out of the gun, Daniels. That's complete. It's Adnan Mitchell. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
18, 5 in. Here we go. Set. Liking 8.
Here's Daniels. That's complete. It's Ladd McConkey. And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. So the completion good for 7 there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. In motion left is Mitchell. It's caught. Mitchell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 19 yards there on the catch and run. That's probably as simple of a throw as he'll have all game.
And good for everyone. Good for his completion percentage. Good for the receptions for the receivers. But you know how they work on that. They have footballs with no laces. So as soon as you get the snap, you're just throwing the football. All right? You're not trying to find the laces and grip it a certain way. That takes time. Just get the ball and throw it. So that's how they practice it all the time now, too.
That is now 19-yard gains on back-to-back plays.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. It moves right down the field, and just like that, they can be set up with a 1st and goal.
A chance for their first points of the season here as it's 1st and goal. There's a quick throw caught out wide. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Ladd McConkey from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. They're looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. Well, in a tight game like this, that could be an incredibly important pick six, CD. And remember, it cancels out the one that the opposition had earlier in this ball game.
You're right about that, partner, because each side came up with plays to swing the momentum their way. Still plenty of time left for either team to come through with a win, though. Can someone else make a similar play and win it for their club?
And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
27-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Throwing now is Allen. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Now second quarter action from Philadelphia, and it's the Eagles in possession as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. Allen going to audible to a different look. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. And this pass broken up. And the contact well timed there. And now 4th down.
Well, they came up with points in their first 2 possessions, but it looks like they'll come up empty here on their 3rd drive. The defense finally starting to get locked into them a little bit. Might have to go a little bit deeper into their playbook on their next possession.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They do go for it. Here's Allen. Broke in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Matthew Golden, his first NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Eagles take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And it's now 17-14. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown. And the last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles' defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Now Daniels. Setting up the screen for Sampson. Finding room at midfield. And he'll get this down to the 39-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
First down, Dallas.
Throwing now is Daniels. That'll be complete. Now a loose football. The ball comes out. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And he'll be taken down, although there is a flag down. Will this stand? And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
Looking to put a drive together. Here's Allen to throw it. Now he's going to step up and run. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
That turned into a very well-orchestrated play right there. Going to work his way out of the backfield to the right, and after he looked it in, he found plenty of space to roam and picked up big yardage.
Here's Allen. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
One thing you always worry about when he breaks the pocket is he going to take off with it? That time, the pressure was starting to close in, and he's just got to throw this one away.
2nd and 10.
Hey, home. 56. Ready? Alert. Middle. Top 10.
To throw, it's Allen. That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Scotty Miller, 49 yards. And the Eagles are able to widen their advantage. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. Oh, good return up past the 30. Now that should give him a spark. He's across the 40 to the 43.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Okay, ready?
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Here we go.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They've got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculated, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Daniels looking to throw. That one complete to Trey Tucker. But he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
A gain of 18 on the play. First down, Cowboys.
Cowboy 80. 18 card. Cup 19. Cup 19. Warriors 70. Mustang 19. Street. Panther 11. Panther 11. 79 Broncos.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That's to Mario Hampton out of the backfield. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
A gain of 13 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
18 Rattler. 18 Rattler. 60 Maverick. 6.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He'll get this into the hands of Sampson. And he's got a first down there after a gain of about 12 as the clock will stop right now for the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. From the 13 now, they work on first and 10. Now the former volunteer, it's Dylan Sampson. A nice display of powerful running, but it takes him only to the 7. He's dropped there. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace it.
4 yards to go on 2nd down from the 7. Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. He's got his target. That's complete. Touchdown. Ladd McConkey. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Cowboys get a late score here in the final minute of the first half.
The kick is good.
Extra point right down the middle. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. No, a nifty juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle him.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they may just be content to take this 3-point lead and head into the locker room. That one taken in by T. Higgins. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He'll get this into the hands of the rookie from Texas. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside.
I thought once he got out of the pocket, he was looking further downfield. Instead, he brings his sight lines back to a shorter route, settles on his receiver running the drag left to right, and they wind up not getting a whole lot out of that one.
And they'll go empty backfield. 5 receivers in the formation on 2nd and 5. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And he'll spot Higgins open left side. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Allen again. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another 1st down.
Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. T. Higgins in the final seconds of the 1st half. And the Eagles would extend their lead here just before halftime. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So time it up for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this 1st half. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
7 Pirates! 7 Pirates! Ready? Go, Reed! Go!
The final shot before break. Daniels. That is incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the 2nd half. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. This offense, Charles, had a strong 1st half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the 3rd quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the 1st half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
To the air goes Daniels. Into the hands of the tight end, Dalton Kincaid. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and put the down marker back to 1.
So 8 yards on the completion there. And that'll bring up a 2nd down in just a couple. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. 2 yards, good enough for 1st.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. To throw is Daniels. Throw left side, pulled in by Tucker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this is inside the 30. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
18, Buffalo, 18. 18, Pioneer.
Here's Daniels. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
So it looks like they stopped some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Working out of the gun, Daniels. They'll dump this off to Hampton, complete. And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And this is too far behind his man. He missed him. It's incomplete.
What an excellent defensive stand there in the red zone. Nice tight coverage. They certainly recognized how important it was to bring up 4th down here.
Still just the third quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Daniels going to throw for it. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Cowboys here unable to convert on 4th down. And that will force a turnover on downs. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really high level.
They've been hot so far. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 right at the 40. Now Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He's having a nice game through the air. His decision-making's been really good. Solid there again. Just seeing nothing downfield goes underneath. Nice game.
How about the patience? Because when you're having a big game through the air, you're looking for those chunk plays, those big ones downfield. Instead, as you noted, takes the check down, dumps it off, gains good yardage anyway. Really well executed.
Alert! Middle.
Throwing now is Allen. Pass caught. That's Golden. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Altogether, a pretty shaky start to the year for this defense as they defend another 1st and 10. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
So a little bit of a stiffer challenge now. 1st and 15 following the delay of game.
52. 56, 56.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Allen. Allen going to run with it. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. Elijah Higgins, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
At their own 33-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Cut my team. Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Throwing now is Daniels. Now he'll tuck this and run. And he will go down outside of the pocket for a sack. Tried to get away, but could not. It'll only be a loss of a couple, but the pressure gets home on first down.
18 runner, 18 rep.
Now Daniels. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the headlines. But incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Operating from the gun, Daniels. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw him break out on third down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this third quarter as he'll go for it on fourth down. Looking to throw. Daniels. To the right side here, caught by Kincaid. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line.
Viking, 18.
They'll look to throw again. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Trey Amos. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
So after the INT, it's Allen. He's going to loft this one deep left sideline. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. Second down. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Prime Time. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now a handoff up the middle. Goodson. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Allen now looks to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And they work this well outfield across the 45. Give them 22 there on the third down conversion.
That's good for an Eagles first down. First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Play action. Now it's Allen. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. A big play there for Philly. 51 yards.
And this has been the story all night long. They just came out firing and have not backed off, even with the big fourth-quarter lead. Here's another completion for big yardage.
To the air, Allen. Touchdown, Eagles! Matthew Golden making quite a splash with his second touchdown in his NFL debut. And the Eagles are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth-quarter lead. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead is now 24. Sanchez now, he'll kick it away following the touchdown. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, and to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trailed big in this fourth quarter. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete. He had to absorb another little bump there from the defense, another incomplete pass. We've seen a lot of that tonight.
They've come after him all night long. Nothing but pressure in his face. He's trying to stand up there and make throws. It's hard enough to do when the pocket is clear. When you got all those people in front of you, almost impossible to happen.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
The Eagles take over first and 10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, first and 10.
All 52. Very nice. Hey, tight. Alert! Alert! Stop.
Now Allen. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Parker, you and I have struggled with this for years. You got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
Middle.
To throw, it's Allen. Throw left side to Higgins. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
Here's Allen to throw it. He'll try and do this himself. Pass to the sideline and put it in. He'll head out of bounds. Inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal.
First and goal at the 9-yard line.
Why that Drake, you got to chill. I be on my little mouse drill. All that rap to pay your bills. Yeah, I'm on some rappers pay my bills.
Round 80! Alert! Hey, home. We got
Allen. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Here's Allen. On the RPO. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Josh Allen, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles start to open this lead even wider here in the fourth. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And no doubt this is not the way that they had hoped to open their season. Thoroughly outplayed here in front of the national audience. To the left side, he's got McConkey. Daniels looking to throw. Now he's going to step up and run. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards on the play. That's another Cowboys first down. It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Cowboy first down.
Ready, break! Get it! 68, go!
From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To the air goes Daniels. That's caught. Nick Westbrook-Akine with it. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. Now a 2nd and 2.
Panther 11.
Operating from the gun, Daniels. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Eagles are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
So Allen's going to look to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Eagles, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Allen going to throw. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. A wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now second down. They work again from the 38 on second and 10. Back to throw. Allen. And his throw here is incomplete. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Well, fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week. And, well, one team has certainly followed through with that tonight. Just an absolute clinic, Charles, on offense here. And they don't seem to be done trying to drive that football.
Yeah, and continue your theme about one team enjoying it. One fan base is enjoying it as well. The other fan base, they might disagree with what they've seen, but the one that's winning, they're certainly getting their money's worth.
A big play there for Philly. 43 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5.
56. Hey, tight. Half. We'll go.
And Allen is actually going to throw it here. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. So add another one into the touchdown column. What a game. That is now 6 touchdown passes for him so far in this one. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Sanchez now. He'll kick it away following the touchdown. Fighting his way through contact. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. It's caught inside the 25. A big play here for Dallas. 43 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Here's Daniels. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
His running ability has been an extra dimension of their game plan thus far. For once, though, he doesn't create any magic against the front. They're prepared for him to try and take off.
Here's second and goal, operating from the 8-yard line.
Come on. Set. Let go.
Looking to throw. Daniels. Now hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And now this ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself.
Cowboy 80, 18, Pioneer.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. That's complete to his running back, Hampton. Well, this was not just the opener of a brand new season, but this was a division game here in week 1. And to come through with a 1-0 start against a division opponent gives you a little something extra heading forward for the rest of the season.
Yeah, let's pile it all into one game, right? Opening the season, and you open within the division. You knew the motivation was going to be there on both sidelines. One just executed better and earned the win.
So for the Eagles, they begin the new campaign with a victory here in front of the home crowd in the Thursday opener. And now they'll have a few extra days here before they face Kansas City next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.